Happy Friday, everyone. Oh, sorry, it is Friday. Today I'm having a when I tell you a much better day, I'm having a much better day. Go get it. Quick update on what's been going on in this household. I did receive some bad news a couple of days ago that my cousin passed away. She was found unresponsive in her room, and that was a very big shocker. It was, it's very sad, and yeah. So this has been going on. I just received received some bad news about that, and she was a very loving and happy individual, just so full of life, and it's very unfortunate that this happened. So that day was really bad. That happened on Wednesday. So this just happened. And on yesterday, I was just still kind of having a bad day, but I wasn't choosing. You know how you really don't want to have a bad day, but you just end up having one? That's how it was yesterday. I woke up with a good mindset, and just a lot of things kept happening. One thing that happened was a bed frame fell on my head. I won't go into detail because I don't want to keep dwelling on negatives and all that, but let's just say Wednesday and Thursday was a really, really rough day for me. I ended up having a long talk with my sister, my oldest sister. I love her so much. If she ever runs across this video, I want her to know how much I really love and appreciate her, because she always knows, like, she always gives me the right things. Like, she always knows what to say. Like, she's always there to lift me up. She's the strong one. She's the one that don't take no mess, and she gonna give it to you like it is, and I really appreciate that. But I've been having some issues with my dad. Me and my dad are not talking. We are not in communication anymore. I won't throw him under the bus. I won't do none of that. Just know that I'm not in communication with my father, and I was in communication with him at one point, and he was in my life at one point. And, with the things that just recently happened, of course, I'm going to have to run into him. And let's just say we had a conversation, and the conversation wasn't too pretty. It wasn't the best conversation, and, it really made me feel away. It made me feel rejected. It made me feel pissed off, and it made me feel overall angry. But talking to my sister, and her giving me the positive words and encouragement, I was able to let it all go and just move on. Enough of the negatives. Enough of the down talk. Today, me and the kids went for a walk. Yeah. Me and the kids went for a walk and enjoyed this beautiful day. And, we just chilling. We might go do something later. We might go, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what we're going to do. But hearing aid update. Yay! He is doing amazing with his hearing aids. Alex is doing amazing. I noticed the total difference. The one thing I can say about Alex is that when you take the hearing aids off of him, he gets extremely loud. I don't know if that's because now he can, when he has his devices in, he can hear, like, clearly. So when he takes them, and everything is loud. So when he takes them out, it's just back to, like, him not being able to hear as good. So, like, he's extremely loud without the hearing aids. Like, last night, I had to tell him to kind of quiet down a lot of times because he was extremely loud, and just, like, I'm talking about loud, like, voice raised loud. So that's just, that's like the one thing. And having his sister. Stop that. My phone died, but yeah, that's the biggest thing, is just getting little sister not to pull out the Cassie. No, he wants you to see Cassie.
Toys.
It's to not have little sister pull out his hearing aids. Yeah. So other than that, we're just having a good Friday. We might go outside again when it's kind of hot now. Earlier it was cool, but today it's hot. Like, this evening is really hot. So we might go out later and just explore once again. That's like our new thing. But yeah, I'll get back on here if something else fun happens. I never came back to finish my video, but I wanted to, sorry, it's dark, so I don't know. I wanted to give a quick story time. I don't know. I feel like, I know on my videos I talk a lot and my quality is not the best, but I have a lot to say and I have a lot to put out there. So just bear with me. And if you're rocking with me and if you like my videos, thank you. Really fast before I have an interruption. So I was talking to my sister yesterday and she, was giving me just, positive words and encouragement, because I'm gonna try to articulate this as best as I can because I suck at this. But I have a son who has hearing loss, and that does not define him. That's just what comes with him. That's just an extra special gift that God blessed him with, because now he has an extra set of ears. I call them superpowers to help him hear 10 times better. He can hear everything now. Okay. The problem that comes with this is that, and you guys know, my son is, I won't even say severely speech delayed. He's speech delayed. And he has expressive issues. He is unable to express to me certain things. So let's just say if his belly is hurting, or if he's frustrated, or, if I didn't do something right, he has a hard time expressing to me, telling me what's wrong. He can tell me simple things like, "Oh, that hurt, mommy." Like if I hit him, or if I do something funny to him, or if I pinch him, "Oh, that hurt." If Cassidy is playing with him, "Oh, Cassidy," but to tell me that he's sad, or to tell me that he's upset, or to tell me that he's sick or not feeling well, things like that. Another issue I was having with him, I don't even want to say issue, but another thing that I was running into with my beautiful son, is that he gets approached a lot. He gets approached quite a bit. Wherever we go, somebody is bound to talk to Alex. Somebody is bound to try to make conversation with him, because he's a very friendly looking kid. He's smiley. He's, so he attracts people. So if somebody comes up to him like, "Hey, what's your name, or how old are you?" he will not reply back to you. He will not. He just gets really, really shy, and then I find myself speaking for him. I think that's an issue because, as his mom, that's just my job. I just instantly want to protect him and want to help him out and all those things. But then I also want him to find his voice, and I want him to be able to speak up. And so I find myself saying, "Alex, how old are you?" Or, "Alex, talk to her." And then I think with putting him on the spot, it makes it worse. So I'm saying this to say, I was talking to my sister about it, and she gives me the best advice that she possibly can, but she's not in that situation. She's not in my shoes. She doesn't know what it is like to have a kid who not only cannot hear and has a hearing impairment, but then also is not very expressive and does not really talk as much to others. And then to me, with me, he can be seeming like he's holding on a full conversation, but it's all coming out in gibberish. Like my baby, bless his heart, he has a lot to say. He does, and he can talk. It's just that he does not form complete sentences, and you really cannot understand anything that he's saying if you don't be around him a lot. I'm his mother, so I know what he's saying, but other people they have an issue with kind of understanding him. So I'm saying this to say that my sister gave me the best advice, and I need to text her, call her, and thank her for telling me this. But she was like, "Why don't you join a support group? Why don't you find other mothers or other families that have the same issue, and then you join that support group?" I was like, wow, I never thought about that. So I looked online to see if they had any support groups in Houston, and I couldn't find any. And when I did find, I had missed the meeting because they don't meet every day. It's like once a month, So something told me to go ahead and make a Facebook, because I had a Facebook account, but I ended up taking it off. But something told me to just go ahead and just make a Facebook, because, you know, I know Facebook has support group pages and they have fan pages and stuff like that. So I said, you know what, let me just make a Facebook and see if I can type up, you know, kids with hearing loss or kids with hearing aids and see what pops up. So I do that, and lo and behold, I'm just so happy, a bunch of pages came up. Requested the page, and they added me, and long story short, I wrote down all the issues, all the problems that I was facing, from, you know, him getting his new hearing aids. But I wrote down everything from him getting his new hearing aids to him to just get, you know, asking for advice on, you know, his progression, asking for advice for him and his speech, and even asking for advice for, you know, how to handle him speaking to others and not being so shy, or, you know, just not even having the words, or, you know, just getting adjusted to these new set of ears that he had. And I got an overflow of advice, y'all. I got like 50 comments on each post, maybe even more, because I haven't checked again. And I'm just so grateful. Like, you know, people always tend to downplay social media, and yes, social media has its pros and it has its cons. But for me right now, social media is a big con, guys, because to be honest, did I say social media is a big con? I mean, social media is a big pro, sorry. But, you know, for me, it's been hard. I would be lying if I said this was easy. It's a hard, very, very difficult process for me, because I'm my son's biggest cheerleader. I am his biggest advocate. When I tell you, every single day I read to him, every single day I do, we do alphabets, we do letters, I teach him his name, we read a book, we write, we color every single day. The only time I miss a day is if I'm not feeling good, they're not feeling good, or, you know, maybe we out and about. But every single morning, I do any and everything I can to get him to learn, to speak, to learn new words. I'm his biggest cheerleader. I'm his biggest coach. I'm always on his side, and I'm so grateful for being able to have that thought to get a Facebook again and just look and see if I could find some support groups and support pages for this. Because if not, y'all, I wouldn't know what to do, because I'm just like constantly a wreck trying to figure out what's going on. So that's my positive post for today. Like I said, I'm just super grateful to be able to just get on the internet and just see an outpour of positive things. Like this one woman was like, this one woman was like, you know, hey, I don't even post on this page like that, but something in my spirit told me to reply back to you. And she just wrote me like a whole paragraph, and everything she said related to Alex. So it just goes to show you, you're not alone. Like, whatever you're going through, you're not the only one going through it. But, you know, in that moment, you do feel like you're the only one that's, like, going through it. So that's a normal feeling. But, you know, it's just great to see, like, keep going, Mom. Keep pushing it. That he'll be okay. He'll be just fine. Pretty soon, he'll be doing excellent in school. And, you know, he'll be talking in no time. And, you know, it's just a journey. That's all it is. And I'm grateful that God put this on me to, you know, everything happens for a reason. And I don't question why he has to wear hearing aids. You know, I don't feel bad for him. Like I said, I'm his biggest advocate. He has inspired me more than, you know, and more than he will ever know. And I don't think he even realizes that. Like, I struggle with self-esteem issues, but now, you know, I want to be better. I want to be more confident and more aware of myself, so that I can teach my son to be more confident and aware of himself, because I'm his role model. You know, I'm the one that's teaching him and leading him. So I need to be my best self, because I can't afford to not be my best self with him. Like, he's looking up to me, and like I said, little does he know, he's my biggest inspiration. Like, that little boy, he don't see no difference. He's just you know, he's a normal kid. He can't tell no difference. He's just doing his own thing, and I love that about him, you know. And I just see tripping. I thought I heard Cassidy crying. Sorry for that. But, you know, I'm just so grateful to be his mom, and I'm so grateful to be doing this thing with him, and, you know, just all the doctor's appointments, all the sleepless nights of trying to figure out, you know, what new thing I can do with him, all the questions that I have, or just all this, it's not going in vain. So, like I said, I thank God. I'm not upset. I'm not ashamed. You know, one thing I do notice is that you know, we get more stares, and I don't think it's because it's like, oh, what's wrong with him? Because it's just a hearing aid, but it's just more of, wow, he has hearing aids. That's how I look at it. And before I go, I have one fun story to share, and I shared it already on my Instagram and to my family. But me and the family decided to go to the park. I know this video is super long. I'm sorry. We decided to go to the park. It's a nice park right down the street from my house, from my apartment. And, you know, me and Alex, his dad, and Cassidy, my boyfriend, they went their own ways on the swings, and me and Alex was together. And, you know, we were playing, and all of a sudden there was this beautiful little girl. She was so beautiful. I still remember her face. She was just running and having a good time. And then I noticed she had something pink in her ears. I was like, wow, she has hearing aids. Like, as I got closer, I noticed she had hearing aids in and stuff. So Alex, you know, I didn't make a big deal. I didn't make a scene about it. Because, you know, I'm just like, you know, she's beautiful. And, you know, she's not defined by her hearing aids. Sorry, I went in blank. But, Alex ran up to her. Alex ran to her way, and she saw him, and she was like, wow, he has hearing aids like me. He's awesome. And in that moment, I wanted to cry. But I was like, it's not a sad moment, but it was a sweet moment, because you can tell whoever is raising that beautiful girl instilled in her that no matter what, you're awesome and you're amazing. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with Alex. Because as he gets older, kids are mean, and he's going to experience some things. But I don't want him to ever forget that you're awesome. You're smart. Every single day I tell him, you're so smart. You're so handsome. Alex, you're amazing. Because I don't want him to ever forget. I don't want him to ever feel less than because he has hearing loss, or that he has to wear hearing aids, or that he has to sit in the front of the class to get a better understanding of everything. My son will do great things. My son will be number one. My son will be amazing, and I'm speaking that into him. And like I said, I'm his biggest advocate. I'm his biggest cheerleader. I will always be there for him, and I will always be there to support and guide him. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. I know I talk too much. I know I get on this camera and I get to rambling, but thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching, if you did watch. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday night. Well, I don't want to say Friday, because if you watch this, it might be Saturday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will be back with another video. Peace.